So basically, as you can see there, what she's done, she's been really creative there, and I think this is absolutely amazing. It's the antlers on Fernando there. You have the leaf elements, or you have the decorative elements, so you can swap out the design on those antlers. So greens, gold embossing, green embossing. I'm sure Claire's going to show you some fabulous things with this one. And then you get the tree in there, and then you get some fabulous sentiments as well. Merry Christmas and Winter Wonderland. Super exciting. And then we can't have the lovely fawn without the lovely trees. So we have the large A5 background stamp, which is the solid trees, which is this one here, and it is A5, so you're not going to be hunting around for something different in your stash to fill that space. This on its own, incredibly beautiful with ink. This combined with the Fernando in front of, beautiful, but then pop them inside the doors of this one and they're just going to look amazing. So for this bundle here, so the code for this one, so if you're first time shopping with us here at HTCN, you can go to our search box on Stamps by Me and pop in the code, which is 1000012. You can have a look there as well for the individuals also. And the price point for this one today, normally $67.96. So today's price is $59.99. So we've tried to pop that little saving on there for you. So that's a saving of $7.97. So that's item number one. And the code for that, again, just to tell you, is 1000012. So let's move down the counter and have a look at what's next. Always giving. Thirsty Brush, always giving. So for this bundle, it's a smaller bundle, okay, and this has got sort of like a musical theme in there. We have the musical tree and we have the fabulous like musical border on there. Great sentiments as always, but the unique thing about these ones is this tree would not be great without that coordinating die. Look at the size of that tree there, so that's going to look incredible with your colours. And then the coordinating outlines on the back there around the words and around that tree, so you're not going to have to worry about fussy cutting. And as Claire said yesterday in her Facebook Live, think about 3D in it, so stamping it flat and then adding the 3D element on top. The versatility with that one is incredible. So that's the fabulous tree. And then this one is the sort of decorative, very delicate border elements on there. And then you have your individual snowflakes. You have the music notes, which are great fillers for backgrounds on your cards as well. And the snowflakes are going to look incredible with your woodland gate and your trees and things like that. So the capability to build them both together is incredible. So this one is Believe in Magic and the Merriest Time of All. And the price was £50.97 and is now £39.99. So you save £10.98 today on this early bird. Once the early bird has gone, it's gone. We don't replicate, we don't bring it back. It then goes to TV, exclusive to TV in those lovely, lovely bundles. So if there's anything you like, do shop ahead today. But as always, go and check it out on Create and Craft because she's on there on the 14th as well. So moving down the counter, I'm absolutely baking in my Christmas jumper.
I'm glad you said that because
absolutely baking.
I'm like a snowman that's been out a little too long and melting away.
So let's talk about stencils. Now, Thirsty Brush do stencils incredibly well. On all of her shows, the stencils are the first things that always sell out, okay? So let's show you what she's got for her lovely Christmas collection. So we have the massive, massive Jumbo Snowflake. I think she's got something to show you with this one. It looks incredible. So the stencil's 7x7, okay? And it's got that large, super huge snowflake in there. You've got the cute little hat as well, so it's not just snowflake, it's got an eclectic mix in there. And this one is 1000014, and that one today is $5.99. So we have the Jumbo Snowflake. Then we're going to move on to our knit, which is like my jumper, which is very in keeping with the theme, of course. This one is going to be incredible for your texture pastes and things like that. Again, a 7x7 stencil, and it's going to look fabulous with your inks, your pastes. I've noticed Claire's using a lot of pastes of late. I'm sure she will be using something today to inspire you. But again, for this one, 1000015, and that is a 7x7. They are a grand stencil. They're not for the small, you know, they're not for the faint-hearted. They are big stencils, but the capability to do large and small is always there. So, and the last one on the counter is our fabulous Snowstorm. So we can't have Christmas without snow or snowflakes. So this one, again, it has the different sizes of the snows in there, sort of snow droplets. So you have the large and small. It's not sterile in any way. It's very loose. It's very forgiving, which means pop your paste and your inks through there and you can create a gorgeous background. You could always use it as bubbles as well with Claire's earlier collection that she launched last month in our studio too. So that's a 7" by 7". That one is 100016, and the normal price for these is £6.99, but today in the early bird we are doing them at £5.99. So that's the counter complete. Shall we go and say hello to our lovely guest, which is the lovely Claire Manning, one of my best friends. So here we go. How are you doing? How are you doing?
It looks so cute in here, doesn't it?
Bit hot.
So Christmassy. I know it might be summer out there, but it's absolutely Christmas in here. So if you see the beads of sweat as the show goes on, we've got our summer clothes on underneath, but I could not wait to show you this collection. So I'm so pleased that I've had the opportunity to do this early bird with you. And but please don't worry if there is anything that's gone or you can't get it quite yet. As Tony said, I will be on Create and Craft as well. So shall I show you what all the elements do?
Oh, yes, please.
Some of these building stamps and stencils and things like that, they need to be used in a certain way for you to get the best out of them. So let's have a look at the Winter Wish, which is that beautiful Fernando the Fawn. And all the stamps that you get have also got coordinating dies, as well as a couple of the sentiments have got dies as well. So what you're going to be able to do, if we have a look at this board here, can you see on this side is just how everything stamps out as it is in black. And you might be looking at these stamps thinking they look a bit of a funny shape, but you stamp them over his antlers or her antlers, if you know, because the males have antlers, don't they?
Yeah.
But I don't care, I've done it pink anyway. So you can either leave his lovely antlers, the plain kind of branchy, like it is over here. You can add in the lovely leaves or that decorative kind of swirly. And then you build that scene with the lovely trees, with the bunnies that are called Bo, and the little tiny one, little Brianna, which is named after my daughter called Kate. Another story, watch my Facebook Live if you see that. And some beautiful, beautiful sentiments. So that's the kind of the beginning of the journey into the Winter Wonderland. And then if you start building them over the other stamps and dies that I've put in this little bundle for you, like Tony said about this lovely Winter Wonderland, here I've just stamped it in black ink, so you can absolutely just use it as it is. But then on this one, I've stamped it twice. So I stamped it in a brownish ink and then I flipped it over, turned it round so it kind of is slightly offset. And then you get that extra special when I've done it on gold on the top, and then that starts building depth, so you can put those characters in front or behind. And then this gate die. I'm so excited when I try this out. You can take the decorative element out if you want. So if you want to use it for wedding cards, christenings, Nathan here said it reminded him a bit of Lord of the Rings, so you could use mail cards for that when you cut it out of your metallic look. And oh, I think a bit of glue has got on the board there, but I've already put in that score line. Look, if I just bend that back, so you don't have to worry about getting all that element right. And imagine then when you start building up your scene. So I'm going to show you how to create this kind of gilded look, but then when you pop Fernando and the little bunnies behind, the trees, the snow, and you can see how everything all starts to come together. And it's so magical, and it can be as grown up or there was a few people on Facebook yesterday said these would make great children's cards as well. Maybe even stamp some out and let them colour in themselves. That would be cute, wouldn't it? Have an afternoon Christmas crafting.
Absolutely, get the kids involved.
And then next I've got I'm trying to remember what this one is, Believe in Magic?
Yeah.
And this is that beautiful, magical, musical tree. So what do we love at Christmas? We love singing Christmas songs and hymns. And I thought this was a completely kind of genderless design, but really made Christmassy in that beautiful swirly tree and the fab sentiments on there as well. So we're going to emboss this in our demos. We're going to layer it over those stencils. but then it can come alive even more if you combine it with the Merriest Time of All. This can be used as backgrounds, as borders. You can layer over all these different elements, and these are fab. Like Tony said, use your little snowflakes in with your deer. You could put the deer over the music. There's nothing to say you can't use the two sets together, and indeed with our older Christmas collections as well. And then I've got the stencils. So Jumbo Snowflake, amazing. Everybody has already said this is one of their favourite stencils, and actually it's surprising how many of you have said, actually I haven't got a huge snowflake, and this one's different because it's got those lovely hearts. We've got knit, which is that Fair Isle, just like Tony's jumper. Kerry has said she wants to stamp over the deer and then colour him in slightly differently to make him look as if he's been knitted onto a jumper, which I thought was a really, really cool idea. And I said yesterday on Facebook as well, if anyone's clever enough to do a design and colour in individual bits, I'd love to see that if you've got the patience for it. And that beautiful Snowstorm that we're going to use in the first demo. Again, it's one of those ones where you look at it and you think, I need that in my stash. I can't believe I haven't got something already. Yeah. It's like a given, isn't it? Should we do some demo?
Perfect. So whilst Claire just gets ready for her first demo, I'm just going to run you through the product item number 1, simply because you're all loving this one. So I'm just going to go back to this one and just quickly just break it down. Claire's just showing you all the boards there and what comes within each of the boards. So, but I need to show you what they come as with our fabulous show. So the item here, which is the one with that fabulous gate and the die-cut door where you can see through, and as Claire said, it doesn't have to be Christmas, albeit she's launching it Christmas. It can be so many more things than just Christmas. Christenings. What about a beautiful wedding card, an anniversary card? What about a picture of a family behind the doors and things like that?
I think the trees as well could work for other seasons too,
yeah, absolutely. It doesn't have to, you know, we struggle with gents cards as well, so maybe put some trees in and maybe a bird or something like that, and you really literally are good to go. The code for that one's 100012. Now, I don't think this one's going to be around for long. The doors are absolutely flying. So I'll just quickly tell you about item number 2, which is the musical theme set. So we have that fabulous tree, and again, it screams Christmas, but it also screams birthday. It also screams any celebration, and that beautiful border where it's very delicate. Whilst Claire was just describing it there, I was thinking about maybe fussy cutting those little stars and those notes and 3Ding them on top of that sort of background.
That would look so cute.
So pretty. So that's item number 2, and the item for that number is 100013. So go and have a look at them on the website, or you can stay tuned and watch the demonstrations. So once it's gone, it's gone, but they will be available on Create and Craft. So if you have missed out, please don't worry about it, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand back to Claire. She's going to do her first demo, and hopefully you're all going to be feeling in the Christmas spirit.
Should have some Christmas music.
Yeah, be good.
To go with the musical tree. So I thought we'd have a look at Fernando first, and I'll show you how to build up those layers with his antlers, because that's where really he comes alive, and it takes you from a deer stamp that, you know, is on a standard Christmas card into something really elevated and really cool. So I've stamped him out here in black ink, and I've just done a very, very light wash to start off with of watercolour, and we're going to add some detail in a moment. But what I want to show you here is this shape that I've got from the die. So can you see that's cut out from the die, and it's got left some extra space, and that's for your leaves. So if I flip that over, and just to show you, explain what I mean by that, is that you've got 2 dies for Fernando. You've got this one here where you can just cut him out with his normal antlers and you don't have to decorate him up. And then you've got this one. So if you stamp him out, then cut him, I find this is the easiest way, and then you can layer on your leaves. And I find that doing it that way round, you can get it lined up perfectly. And let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to pop him in the middle of my Eureka there. Get out these beautiful leaves, and can you see now I can just perfectly fit that over the top of his antlers. So let's Should we heat emboss them and do a nice colour? I thought we'd go Thirsty Brush Green and use the lovely Forest Green, because I thought that's perfectly Christmassy, isn't it?
So Claire's Thirsty Brush embossing powders are available on the website. Go and check them out. She's got a whole host of glittery, sparkly colours that would look equally as beautiful on Fernando. I'm so excited.
You saw on the board earlier, I used the Coral Red, which is the darkest pink. And then there's 3 greens and 3 blues. So what I love about stamping and die cutting at Christmas, rather than just using, say, kits of like pre-designed things, is that it allows you to add in the colour themes, doesn't it? So you can match it to your decorations that you've got around the house, or maybe some wrapping paper that you've got. You can do your tags as well to match, because otherwise, if it's all the colours are pre-done for you with craft kits, then it kind of just takes that extra bit of creativity out where you think about the colours.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he's not even heat set yet, but how pretty is it?
I like
but he's pretty
bit
without going too girly, isn't he?
So you could equally watercolour and make it very masculine, but if you like a bit of sparkle like me and Claire, use your sparkly embossings, use your Gossip Sparkle pens, use your metallics of Claire's. I'm so excited. I have asked for this one. Whether I get it or not's another matter.
And I've watercoloured his body here, but I've also done some that I'll be showing you on social media as well, and on Crate and Craft, where I've used my Gossip pens with the alcohol markers, and I've stamped him in brown and then used the alcohol markers, and it, like, the line disappeared, and he took on a completely different kind of character from that watercolour-y look.
I absolutely love this sort of design. You need to make sure you do more designs like this, Claire, because it's super cool.
Yes, it's the first time I think I've done like a character type one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's lovely.
So can we see if we can get the glitter?
It's so exciting.
Ooh, look at that. He's so cute. Let's add a tiny bit of extra detail, because what I don't want you to worry about is that, you know, that's all very well for Claire colouring in that, and she's the watercolour artist and she's designed it. But I want to show you how quickly and easy it is to add a bit of detail on there. So this is literally just a little wash of watercolour in brown. I wasn't even paying attention to get it even. It's slightly darker on one side. But now I'm going to mix up some of these browns in my palette. And I've noticed some of you have picked up this palette ready for our Craftopia. So I've mixed the darker and the lighter. And I'm just going to go in where kind of naturally we get shadow, like under his chin. Imagine if the sun was, that winter sun was shining down on him. The back leg rather than the front leg would be more in shadow, maybe underneath his leg here. And I'm just doing some little brush strokes so it's not too harsh. Just really simple, and you can play around with this as much as you like. That little back ear. And then to finish him off, do a little bit of pink in the ear. And then I've got something to show you that you've all been asking for to come back. And it's not back today, but even if you get everything you want stamp and die wise, and you think, well, I don't need to tune in on Crate and Craft, I've got everything. Still tune in, because I've got the white confetti ink back on Crate and Craft on the 14th that you've all been asking for, and that is perfect for these little white dots on the deer's back and snow splatters and things like that. And I've got some extra special papers that I've specially picked for you that are going to go perfectly with these designs.
So just to give you a little bit of an update, so we are incredibly busy, which is brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
this is only
guys.
the third or fourth launch we've done here in the house Craft Network.
I know, it feels like we've been doing it for ages, doesn't
I know,
it?
I'm still as nervous as you could possibly imagine, but it's incredibly busy. So if you have got stuff in your baskets, if you've got items in your basket, make sure you check out, because I don't want anybody else to steal it from you. And we do get the email saying I bought it and my payment went through. But if you check out the same time as somebody else and you're all trying to fight for it, people's items go out of stock. So just bear that in mind. If you like what you see, make sure you check out. We don't have thousands and thousands of units here in the How to Craft network. So if it's not available today, after the early bird today, then the only place to probably get it is going to be on Create and Craft. Sorry, Claire, back to you.
That's quite all right. It's amazing that you are enjoying it as much as I did when I was designing it. I know I always say that, but it makes me know that I'm on the right track and gets me thinking about other things that you might like. So I'm just popping this card together. So that's stencil. Can we see I've done the Snowstorm with, it's kind of like an iridescent.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, but you can make it, if you do like darker colours, you can make it still look snowy, but, you know, more vibrant if you like. And I'm going to now just arrange, I've done the little bunnies as well, and I'm going to pop our lovely Fernando, Bo, Brianna, and a sentiment and maybe a couple of gems. And they make perfect, not just clean and simple cards, you know, with your white detail and everything, but then when you start to build them up like that navy one with the gate, you know, you can really make it as detailed or as clean and simple as you like.
So how big is that card, please, Claire?
This is a 7x7.
So you can see from the card size
big
how
size
big
stamps.
Those lovely images are. You're not going to be hunting around for extra elements to build up the cards. The actual stamp is doing all of the talking. She's incredible at doing that, and we do it as well here at Stamps by Me. We do bounce off each other. I don't know if probably a lot of you have already noticed, but we're similar, but we're not. And I believe that, you know, when we put these designs together, they are from the heart one, and, you know, they're not just images where we think, go, take off and get on with it. There's a lot of time, effort, design, consideration, text messages, chats
Absolutely.
about what's going on.
And then I go, oh, I was going to do that when I knew that she was going to bring out a design. And we fight over who gets to do things. It's really great. But it's nice because I totally agree with Tony. Our styles are slightly different in terms of how we make our cards, but our styles in terms of designing are complementary, I think I would say.
So. They work across the board.
Yeah, exactly. They go with each other, don't they? So clean and simple looking card, but actually when you go into it and somebody will hold that in their hand, they're going to see that actually there's a lot of time, effort, skill, but not so much that it's overwhelming for you. And they just kind of speak for themselves, don't you? And the way they gaze at each other.
And I think as well, Claire, the antlers are attached to the fawn. However, you could snip away, do extra stamps, snip away those antlers and build a really big set of antlers. You could actually build a wreath and poppy sentiment in the antlers. In fact,
let me show you this one as well that I've done that's similar with the trees in the background. Because, you know, the Sprigs and Twigs die that we did with the cocktails?
Yes.
So he's got a bit of a similar theme to what you were saying there. You could build him up with more of the leaves or some of those dies too, and really make him kind of quite dramatic, can't you?
Absolutely. So thank you for that. It's a beautiful card. So what we're going to do is just to have a little recap while Claire gets ready for her second demo. I said to her, how many demos do you want? She went, well, how many do you want? I'm like, oh, you know, time-wise. So she's got quite a few. So let's just have a quick recap and then we'll throw back to Claire when she's ready. So this item here, item number 1 with that fabulous fawn there that Claire's just used with the coordinating die. The one with the beautiful trees in the background, which is a large A5 stamp, which will look incredible in your heat embossing, your inks. You can put your stencils in there, there's snowflakes in there. And then on the top here, we have that fabulous sort of gate, which, yes, it is Christmas, but also it can be so many more things. And that is a big size. Let me just grab my card here and just show you. This is A5, so you can absolutely see how big that door is. That is going to absolutely fill the whole card if you want it. Look how big that is.
Yeah, that card that I showed you earlier, that's an A5 size card, and it is absolutely not lost on there. All you just get is a little border
Absolutely, it's absolutely
Just so it
beautiful. And
fits
I
on.
think just changing the colour is going to allow you to, it's going to look different every time. Use your berries and your sprigs and your twigs, just lovely. I love it all. And there's nothing that I don't like that Claire creates, to be honest with you. However, I have to limit myself. I'm a busy woman myself. I can't play with it all. So that is 100012, and I believe this is the most popular so far, the bundle with 3. So the second one in the show is the music collection, where it's got a musical theme, but again, it can be used across the board with all of your other sorts of celebratory times, birthdays, anniversaries. Beautiful for children to have a go with as well. And that beautiful tree there comes with those lovely outline dies, and those outlines also go around the sentiments. So the capability to build and pop those foam pads behind, it's huge. It really is huge. We don't do anything small. So it's a super, super big one is that one. And you've got some lovely sentiments in there as well. There'll be parties for hosting, fingers crossed. Oh, Holy Night, some musical themed songs in there as well. Just absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go back to Claire. It looks like she's ready, and it looks like she's going to be using this clip.
Yes, I thought I'll come on to the musical tree next. To show you how beautiful it is on its own, but then when you start combining it with some of those stencils as well. So again, it looks great, just stamped in black, but what I've done here is stamped in another one of our glittery embossing powders, and this is it might look like black or navy on the screen, but it's called Midnight, so it's like a deep blue with a little bit of glitter in there, and then I'm going to pop round that lovely die. So yeah, that would be a really awkward one, wouldn't it, to fussy cut if you didn't have the die for this. But I wanted you to be able to build it up. So the other set that's in that bundle, you could even layer it on top there as well. So I wanted you to be able to have that option.
Oh, so I see what you mean there, Claire. So use the outline die on white cardstock and that border stamp within the tree die, and you've got a different...
Or just on your background, and then layer the tree over, and you will still see that background is big enough. Say if you put it in the middle of your card, that's big enough that you will still see it kind of coming out either side.
I'm just thinking though, if you stamped that border onto the die cut outline of the tree, you would end up with a decorated different tree.
Oh, you are clever, aren't you?
Yeah, I do try.
See, and that's what it's great, isn't it, about what we share with each other. And one of my favourite things about our group on Facebook as well.
Oh yeah, whilst you're die cutting, do you want to tell us about your group?
So if you search on Facebook, Thirsty Brush Brushettes, if you're not already a member, I think there's about 1,200 of us now.
Wow.
So people share. So again, if you're looking for inspiration, people that buy today will obviously get their hands on this first. And then I'm sure that they will be posting it happened with the cocktails as well. And then before we were on even Create and Craft, you've got even more inspiration on that group. People posting their makes, helping each other out, asking questions. It's really amazing.
Yeah, I think those sorts of groups are really cool.
Yeah, it's really positive. It's, yes, of course, we focus on Thirsty Brush stuff, but I know me and you, we share each other's things and stuff like that as well. So you're always going to know what's going on. So I'm going to theme this card as a navy blue, and that lovely snowflake jumbo stencil with the hearts is absolutely amazing. And I've kind of offset it on this background, and we used another kind of glittery paste. You're absolutely right, Tony. I've gone obsessed with glittery paste at the moment.
Yes, me too.
Well, glittery, pearly, whatever you want. So I want to kind of have that lovely snowflake coming out the back. So before I do that, though, I'm going to use a couple of the little elements. Let's use one of these.
Oh, this is a totally different card to what you've just done. This is more contemporary, more modern, but it just
completely different colours.
Yeah, or if you change the colours up to maybe vintage colours, your browns, your teals, your browns and your soft tea colours and things like that, then you've got a vintage Christmas card.
But I also wanted you to have something in the collection where you didn't have to worry about getting your paints out. If you've got cards to make for your kids' school or for work or something like that, and you've got to bust out like 100 cards... we've all had to do it, haven't we? And you're like, oh my God, I bet your son will be asking for, Mum, can I have...
No, all I keep getting asked is, could you cut some more Henriettas, please, from the washing?
Oh, well, yeah,
Can you do some more?
Doesn't it?
Can you do some more?
So the reason that I did the big tree in particular was it just looks stunning on its own, just in black, just in gold, just with the sentiment. So I wanted you to be able to have something that you can just quickly get out and make a card, or you can start building and adding all the other elements too. So I've just added a little bit of snowflakes there around. Let's pop that on my A5 card blank, and then I'm going to layer over the beautiful tree. And we're going to have it all coming from that right side. So the stencils, think paste, think inks, emboss through it, use part of it, use a whole bit, whatever you want. Hold that in place. And then I probably won't need all of this. In fact, I'm going to use foam pads on that because I've got a funny feeling that glitter paste, it won't stick very well with the with the what's it.
So whilst Claire's popping foam pads on there, I just want to give you a little update. Everything's flying basically. However, some of the individuals are missing on the website. That doesn't mean they've sold out, they're just not on yet. Okay, so if you're thinking absolutely I would just love the gate, or I would just love the tree, they will be available anytime soon. So just keep looking on the website and keep your eyes peeled on the HTCN. There is a little tab at the top that says HTCN, or in the search box you can pop FBL in there. There's so many ways that you can find the products that are live here in studio today. So if you're thinking to yourself, I would just like one but I can't find it, just be patient, they will be there. It's just everything's just going so quickly.
Oh my gosh. I'm so pleased that you're all managing to get hold of it though. But like I say, when I'm back on Create and Craft on the 14th, there will be different demos, we'll add in the papers, more stock, so it's not all is lost.
And I just have to let you all know.
Just trying to find my scissors.
I do have to let you all know that Claire has got some incredible papers. Incredible papers. And I was upset today when she said they're not in HTCN. So they're going to be on Create and Craft on the 14th.
I've got to give you a tease, haven't I, and see something. Do you want to see one of them?
Oh my gosh.
I'll just show you this card and then I'll...
Okay. Get ready, everyone. So if there's ever a reason to tune in to
give
Create and
you
Craft.
a sneaky peek. So can you see just by how they combine beautifully together, those stencils with the music. And that's you're right, that's a completely different feel, isn't it, again?
Absolutely beautiful. Love it.
It's another one with the snowflake.
Oh, that's a big
Again,
one.
I've done it from the side, but a different kind of colourway. But yeah, it'd look great just slap bang in the middle of a card, wouldn't it, with the sentiment? That would be a super quick card, which was the one I was going to show you. That's one of the papers. So you'll notice, in fact, and that's another one, they've all got this kind of Northern Lights kind of feel. Pinks, blues, bit of green in there as well. Go perfectly with the woodland, or go perfectly with your more modern as well.
So I'm super excited about those. And yes, I will be asking for those. Whether I get them again is another matter. So whilst Claire gets ready for that last demo, I'm just going to revisit the stencils, if that's okay. Just simply because the other ones are looking after themselves. You're all absolutely loving them. There isn't much left. And I want to cover the stencils simply because Claire just used that Jumbo Snowflake and now you're all going crazy for the Jumbo Snowflake. So
the thing is that we show it and they're like, oh my gosh.
Sometimes we just need that little nudge or that little bit of inspiration to see and understand what we can do with these fabulous products. So I'm just going to visit the Jumbo Snowflake. This is the one that Claire's just used in a demo. The item number for this, 100014. Okay, there isn't many left of any of these. 7x7 inch stencil, and you've just seen there, perfect with your paste, but equally as beautiful with the different coloured inks. Create all of those beautiful backgrounds. You know, you could even Zentangle in the centre of there if you wanted to, if that was sort of your sort of genre in craft. So that one is the Jumbo Snowflake. Also today we have the fabulous knit, which is very much like my jumper. And basically this can look like it's being knitted, but again, it is a stencil. So what it can be used for is so many things. You can actually run these stencils through your die cut machine and create an embossed feel. And if you need to shim it out, you can shim it out so you get a little bit of added texture on your cards.
Sorry to interrupt. That's just some paste with one colourway, but again, that real, you want one of those quick cards, or you can take the time, like I said, to colour in specific areas. to create whatever design you want, really, words or...
That's just the stencil. I know it's got a heart in the background, but that's just the stencil. So this is the knit. Okay, beautiful rose. I don't know what I'm not even going to ask because I want it.
A couple of
I want it, so I'm not even going to ask. So that's the knit one, 7x7 inch stencil, item code 1000015 on that one. Okay, and then lastly we have our Snowstorm, which is the one that can look like bubbles, it can look like snow, or if you want to pen through and make it look like, you know, backgrounds and textures and things like that, you can also do that. So stencils are very forgiving. They can be used across the board through your machines, or inked or paste, or jelly plates are absolutely on the up at the moment, aren't they? So you could use them on your jelly plates and things like that. But this is the range from the Thirsty Brush collection, the 2021 Christmas collection. And it's gone incredibly well. I'm so excited, and thank you so much if you have tuned in. But equally, if you have missed out on any of the products, please don't worry. They do go to Create and Craft. We don't leave our family out, which is Create and Craft. They will be available over on Create and Craft on the 14th, and Claire has 2 live shows. So let's go back to Claire for our last demo, because she's just got a bit of techniques to show you.
Just a quick technique for you for the gate die, if you have managed to get hold of that. So I just wanted to explain how the die works. So you've got, is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements there. So if you don't want, remember I showed you how you can have it as a plain gate, you just pop out those and just cut it as it is. But when you pop all those in together, that's going to give you this beautiful kind of woodland gate look. And like I said, you've got the hinge there as well. It's got a score line, so that's there for you. But watch how that can go. You've already seen how I cut it out of just white and metallic card, which is really quick. But then when you want to give it a bit of texture, I've got, this is a mousse, but you know, your gilding waxes or anything like that. I've got a bronzy one on the black card, and I'm just going to start rubbing that over with my finger, and then it takes on a whole different life of its own, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, how gorgeous is that?
It starts looking like real metal.
I love the idea of that. I just don't like the idea of getting my finger mucky.
It's only one finger.
I know.
That's why I saved it till the last minute, because I thought then I won't get it everywhere. But yeah, you just keep working. You can do it as lightly as you like. I mean, this is a Nouveau mousse. In fact, if anyone's got this, can they tell me it's drying out? Mine is. But the waxes and stuff like that, golds, silvers, again, whatever you want, it gives you the facility and the creativity so you can choose those colours. You can snip into it. If you snipped in down the bottom, you could have it on a gatefold
Could
card.
you snip away the doors?
The doors, yeah, absolutely.
So you just have like an arch.
If you just wanted, oh, that would look pretty with the bride and groom in the middle, or the scene in the middle, if you didn't want the doors on there. But can you see there the difference between the plain black here and then that lovely, let's see if we get some shine. There we go. It looks like gilded old wood.
I think that just on a grey or black top folding note card with a sentiment would look really, really cool.
In fact, I've used it as well, just cut out in white and completely glued down, so I haven't left the gate open, and just used it like a background die, and it's worked just as well for that.
Perfect. So thank you so much.
Oh, I hope you've enjoyed it, guys.
Yeah, so it's been incredibly popular, and there isn't much left of anything. I will double check when we go off air, as some of the individuals are still not on properly yet, but please stay tuned for those if you are waiting patiently. So please just do bear in mind, this is the early bird sneak peek in the How to Craft Network studio. Once it's gone, it's gone. Please don't email me like last time and say, please can I have, because unfortunately we have exclusivity here on the early bird, and then it goes to Create and Craft, all in different formats and things like that. So maybe if your budget doesn't stretch today and you want to wait till Create and Craft, please do so. And if not, and if you have lots of Christmas items already, dig out that stash and maybe utilise it in the form that Claire's used it in her demos today. We are a family of giving, caring, inspiration, and there are going to be lots more demonstrators in studio here in the How to Craft Network moving forward. So I'm going to say goodbye to our lovely Claire. When you're back, you know?
So there's going to be another recorded show on Sunday at 1 p.m, like normal, for Thirsty Brush, and I'm going to do another demonstration with this, so something I didn't get time to do today. And then, yeah, the Create and Craft shows for the Winter Wonderland will be 14th at 7:30 in the morning and 12.
There you go. Consider it done. Pop it in your diary. Don't forget to record that show, because I'm sure she'll be giving you lots more inspiration. So I've had a lovely afternoon. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you love your products as much as we do, and when Claire's creating them, have a lovely afternoon. Take care, everyone. Bye.